Well, good evening, everybody. Jake here with you in the shop for another edition of our another edition of Demko Modelworks. This is the part one of the 1537 scale polar lights Reliant by AMT, and just kind of be going through and showing you a little bit what I've done already. I've gotten the base coat put down on the saucer, the top saucer. Have all my holes drilled out, have everything put in, have my photo etch parts installed for the bridge dome, the officer's deck, and then this little piece right here for the grill. I'm not sure exactly what that is for, but I actually messed up on this. I cut the hole out just a little bit too big, and so what I did, I guess I got ambitious or something, a little too ambitious or something, but I cut the hole out a little bit too big and the part would just fall right through. So what I did is I took a piece of sheet styrene and cut it down to size to the hole and slid it all the way almost up to the top, and then I glued my photo etch part in there with some canopy glue, and so now it's done in there real nice and tight, and I have to go back through there and clean it up a little bit, but it shines real pretty through on the bottom. I may just take some transparent blue and paint through this, and that's kind of what I did on my Reliant, and it turned out real well. So, but pretty much everything's done on the top saucer side. Just get ready to start laying in the lights. I'm gonna, once I get the saucer and everything, I'm gonna probably tomorrow or so, I'm gonna get down there and put the top saucer on and do my RCS thrusters here on the front on either side here. That way we can get a nice orange or amber LED going through there. But I have my bridge dome put on. Or my bridge dome painted, got my hole drilled out for my LED to go through, and have that photo etch part that goes on back here on the back rear bulkhead of the bridge. Then I have that photo etch part there that goes on, and I have my holes drilled for it to where the light will shine through those two little light holes or windows or window ports or whatever they are. But I also have my have the lower sensor dome painted. And I'll be going back through and doing the detail painting on this probably next day or two. But going through on the bottom side of the saucer now, I just have all my photo etch parts put on. For the two side grills there, I'm gonna have to put something behind it to diffuse the lighting just a little bit, and I have all my photo etch parts put on here. I gotta clean up the hole here. I guess some canopy glue got stuck down in there, or some paint, but take a toothpick, and that was easily fixable. But we got the shuttle bay photo etch parts put on, and what I'll be doing is going through there with some probably some blue tape on there, because it has that kind of the blue hue to it on the top and bottom. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing there. But I have everything set in place. I have going to be doing the Raytheon effect on that. And let me get my flashlight here. Let me turn my light off, and let me get my flashlight, where you can see the inside the Raytheon lighting there. You could probably see her pretty good. If the light was off, I could probably do it a little bit better, but the lighting, is going to show through real well, top and bottom. So I'm pleased at how that turned out for the saucer. And so I've got the bottom saucer done the same way. It's light blocked, and have my base coat on. I'll probably be putting on another light little coat here, because there's a couple of scuffs and stuff that came through, and I noticed in some pieces, and we're gonna have to go back through and do some touch up on it. Once we get our seams and stuff together, we'll have to go back through and do a touch up painting. But Boyd did this over at Trekworks, and my buddy Cameron Lewis did this too with his Reliant. If you notice here, let me zoom in a little bit and kind of show you what I've done here. And what I did is I took some sheet styrene and cut it down, and used some hot glue to secure it to the bottom of the saucer, and took some LED light strip, and this way I get my two little side areas here on either side lit up, and then I'll have this section here lit up. And let me turn my power supply on and I'll show you. Let me back you out here because the camera isn't going to like the lights here, so hang on just one second. Let me turn my light off, and let me turn my light off so you can see a little bit better. So you can see how well nice and bright that lights up, and let me put the top on, and it's gonna make everything look real nice once it's all said and done. And it's not wanting to cooperate on me here. But there's the gist of it right there, folks. You can see how nicely lit those windows are. And let me zoom in and show you a little bit better how nicely lit these windows are. And that's just from that one row of LED light strip that goes across the top there. And you can see how, let me squeeze this together so you don't get light blurs, but you can see how nice these window clusters are, and how well they've turned out on this. There we go. There's you a better view of the light clusters there. But like I said, that's just from that one row of LED light strip. And you can see here too, it's not as bright in person as it is on camera. So my goal is to get it to look the way you're seeing it on camera, the way the light overexposes. But like I said, you can see just how well just that one row of LED light strip will do for that. And then it's also lit up my windows around the side of the BC duct, and it also has lit up the officer's lounge and that little piece, that little section right there. So, and you can also, let me turn it around, you can also see that how well the shuttle bay lights up as well too. And what we'll be doing there, like I said, I'll be using some blue tape there for that blue hue that they have going on the ship. And let me turn this over, and so I know you can also see the Raytheon effect on the bottom there as well. And so like I said, that's just from that one row of LED light strip down inside there. And so it's gonna turn out real nice. I may not be adding a whole bunch more to this. Whoops, let me get my power supply cords here. They're about to fall off and I have a problem going on. But I may only let me zoom you back out again. I may only put in maybe one or two more. I'll probably put in one light strip here and one light strip there, and go that route. And then I'll be putting in my LEDs back here to light up the shuttle bay. I might even actually just put in a couple of blue 5mm LEDs back here, and go from there. I might try to build a box or something to where the LEDs, blue LEDs, are just facing the back side of the shuttle bays there, to where it has that blue hue to it. So we'll be working on that, and I'll be taking you through and showing you on the different lighting techniques that I'm going to be doing. I'll be also putting a piece of sprue across here on the back side. Let me zoom it let me zoom in and show you. For the impulse deck, I'll be putting in a piece of sprue that goes across the side here. That way I can mount my red LEDs here for the impulse engines. And then I want to be lighting the impulse crystal on top with a 5mm amber LED right there, to where that way it'll be lit up. And I'm not for sure or not, because in the movie you never really saw it lit up. So I'm not sure how I'm going to work that yet, but on this one, I'm also going to be doing, if you've noticed in the movie, they went back and switched the lighting effects on the Reliant, on the bridge, and if you notice, they have that red LED, or that red light there, that you know, they kind of changed that up to kind of villainize the ship. And so that's what I'm going to be doing, is I'm going to be putting adding an 0603 SMD right down in here, to where it'll give that effect off, but we're also going to keep that Raytheon lighting. So I'll be doing the same thing on the bottom saucer right there, around the lower sensor dome. If you notice, they had the two red LED, you know, the two red lights on either side over here, shining forward. But so we're going to be working on that, and going from there. So let me turn my light back on. But that's it for this episode, folks. Next episode, I'll be going through and showing you a little bit more on laying down, setting the lights in, and laying in those 0805 SMDs here. We'll have on this one, we'll have the red and the green on either side, because you have the red on the port side and the green on the starboard, and I'll be doing that on the top there, and then you have that white one at the front. On this kit, in the next episode, you're going to have to do some modifications to, especially to the edge here, especially up here at the front, because of the fact that there's not very much of a lip up here on the front. So when your LEDs sit up here, there's going to be kind of a little bit of an issue with it, but I'll walk you through that and show you what we'll have to do. We'll have to grind down this little mounting peg that's right here on the front, in order for our saucer to sit down nice and even. Probably have to do that on all three pegs. So there's going to be enough glue around the saucer section to hold it in place, and then we'll use our putty. So, but other than that, folks, that's it. And part 2, we'll go through and start laying in our lighting, and go from there, folks. So that's it for this episode. We'll keep you informed and what's going on, and I want to say thanks to everybody out there. The channel now has well over 5,000 views. It has upwards of almost 5,700 views now, and that's just great, guys. I'm very pleased at how this channel is turning out. I hope it continues to grow. I hope I can continue helping folks with their projects and tips and tricks and whatnot. And I want to say thanks to all the suppliers out there again. Ralph at Tenant Controls, he's been very helpful on a lot of things, and Cameron Lewis helping me out with a few things as well. And Orbital Dry Dock, you provide us some real good paint masking. I love your masking sets. And I also want to say thanks to Jerry over at HDA Modelworks. He's helped me out on a couple of things. So, and then of course I want to give a shout out to all my buddies over on Facebook: Joey Shipman, Steve Smith, Boyd Crompton from TrekWorks, Cameron Lewis, I want to say, you know, hi to everybody across the sea, especially my buddy Darren Whalen from Ireland. He's been keeping in contact with me, and I've helped him on a couple of things, and he's helped me on a couple of things. So, but anyway, keep up the work, guys. I encourage you to not only visit just my channel, but everybody else's channels as well, to check out how they do certain things. Like I mentioned before, not only is, you know, my channel here to help, but everybody else is here. Just because I do things a certain way on my channel, the way that I want them done, but that doesn't mean that my way is the right way. Everybody else has the only way, rather. Everybody else, there's other builders out there that have different methods, and I encourage y'all to go out there and look at them and get tips and tricks for everybody else, and maybe, you know, come up with your own technique and piece it together, and that works what works for you. So, but anyway, that's it, guys, and we'll take care, and we'll see you next episode. Take care, guys.